Ladies and gentlemen, we're leaving the UK. We're leaving. We've had enough. Cost of living, absolutely atrocious. Quality of life elsewhere seems so much better than it is here in the UK. The rates of crime, scams, on the rise, and no one's doing anything about it. The challenging strain that we also have on the NHS is extremely alarming. Not only do we have political instability here in the UK, but we're currently going through a multitude of problems. There is a massive crisis on our hands, and it seems like every single year it's getting worse and worse. So on that basis, ladies and gentlemen, we're leaving. Everybody is packing their bags and we are leaving the UK.
People in my comments keep asking me, why would you want to leave the UK? Some even call it unpatriotic. So here it is, why thousands of Brits are quietly packing up and moving abroad. And it's not just for the sunshine. Number one, the cost of living crisis. Everything's gone up except quality of life. Rent, food, energy, mortgages. People aren't leaving the UK because they hate it. They're leaving because they can't afford to live in it. Number two, the broken housing market. £250,000 for a semi in the suburbs, or £30,000 for a home abroad with land. You do the maths. Brits are moving because they want to own something, not rent for life. Number three, quality of life trade-offs. In places like Bulgaria, Portugal and Hungary, people have more time, less stress and stronger communities. Brits are realising they don't have to accept the 9-to-5 grind and 2 weeks holiday forever. Number four, it's not about hating the UK. Leaving the UK doesn't mean you're anti-British. It means you want something different. You can still love where you're from and admit it's not working for you anymore. And number five, remote work changed everything. Now that we can work from anywhere, why stay somewhere that doesn't serve you anymore? Brits are waking up to the fact that borders don't mean what they used to. And we certainly know that in the UK. This isn't about being unpatriotic, it's about being realistic. And if the idea of living better for less in a country that values your time and money appeals to you, you're not alone. Tag someone who needs to hear this, and if you've thought about moving abroad, drop your thoughts in the comments. Even if you haven't thought about living abroad, still comment. Let's get the conversation going.
Absolutely bang on the money.
Having a real emotional moment, a pinch me moment of how far we've come. We left the UK in December 2023 because we were drowning. We didn't spend any time with our kids. We worked all of the time. The bills were going up. Car insurance was going up. Tesco shops were going up. And we had to work more to earn more, to live the life that we had created. And quite frankly, we just had enough. And I was pregnant with my third baby. And I thought, how am I going to cope with another child and spend time with my kids and be a good mother, be a good wife, and run a house, work, earn money? And quite frankly, it's impossible. I think the UK makes it impossible for you to live your life.
Right.
So we left.
They want us to be slaves, bro. Just literally working slaves. Like there's no time for social life anymore. When you're talking about the average 9-to-5 worker, where do they get the time to really spend with their family, with their friends, doing things that they want to do, activities, holidays, whatever it may be? Where is the time coming from? They're on robotic mode every single day, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. By the time the weekend comes, most people just want to put their feet up. That's the time they get to rest. And even these days, they've got man working on a Saturday. So you've got one day out of the week to really spend with your friends and your family and catch up on the sleep that you've been deprived from all week.
And this is now our life. We've moved to Bali. Well, we're traveling the world, but we're stopping in Bali for a year. And we earn money passively. We have passive income. We don't do a 9-to-5. We get to spend time with our kids. We have a private beach cabana today, a secluded beach. And we've just spent the day together being present. It's wholesome. It's lovely. And everyone says to me, the grass isn't greener. Now I'm here to tell you, this is our grass.
It looks so much greener. It's definitely more greener than the UK.
Everyone is leaving the UK. I will next year as well, and you should consider it too. Here's why. Number one, it's a poor country. Most people have this misconception that the UK is a rich country, when in reality, it's quite poor. The average income is like 30 grand a year. And if you're in the top 1%, you're only making 200 grand a year, which, to put into perspective, to be in the top 1% in the US, you have to be making somewhere like $700,000 a year, which is like still £600,000 a year. The second reason, the most overriding reason, is the deprecating nature of society in the UK. Basically, everyone bringing each other down rather than inspiring each other and saying that you can accomplish your dreams and goals and whatever you want to do. I was a victim.
Being unified, that's what we're lacking here in the UK. And honestly, we have to be real. there is a program that is being deployed right now, which is creating a political, religious, and racist war. We literally need to understand that we're being played by both sides to go against each other. When really and truly, ladies and gentlemen, we need to come together. That is the most important thing.
Victim of the same thing. I was trying to be different from like the age of 14, trying to run businesses and shit. And most people looked down on me for it until I started making actual money off of it. Now they come to me and ask me about it. But why isn't that the attitude in the beginning? So this is why most people leave.
Highly likely this is going to upset a few people, especially those living in the UK, but I make no apologies for what I'm about to say because it's designed to inspire, it's not designed to upset anybody. The harsh reality is, it's highly likely that we will never, ever live in the UK again because it just cannot offer us that life we've got now since we've moved from the UK to Australia. And having seen what other countries have to offer in comparison to the UK, I just don't believe we'll ever go back there to live. We're normal people, we don't have a lot of money, we're working class, we work very normal jobs, and Australia gives us so much more in return. You don't have to be rich to move here, you just have to try. Like, honestly, this morning we've been food shopping, went for a walk along the beach, which is 3 minutes down the road. And whilst walking along the beach, we've seen a pod of dolphins. We just stood there watching in disbelief on this beautiful winter's day where I'm walking around in a t-shirt.
Man said winter's day walking around in a t-shirt. I'm going to Australia, bruv. What is going on? Hey, I'm just reading one of the comments though. They say, I will never live in Australia again. Oh my God.
I just think we would never have this back home in the UK. And there's just so much more to offer out in the world, living in other countries. I just highly recommend, if you're considering doing the move from the UK to Australia or wherever it might be, you've got other countries that you're inspired to live in, just go and do it. Life is too short to have regrets. And the reality is there is better countries out there to live in that can give you so much more than what the UK can. Good luck, people.
I agree with him. See, the only problem the average person in the UK has, they have no money. We have no money. So where are we going?
My time in this country has come to an end. I have seen the light. I have decided I don't want to live here anymore. And this isn't even a joke. This isn't one of those like, I can't be here. Like, I'm being so serious. And I am going to make the necessary steps to leave this country. For many reasons. But number one reason is I don't want to like constantly feel like I have to escape my reality to enjoy my life. Like, I don't want to have to wait for a holiday, wait for this, like, I want every day of my life to feel like I'm enjoying my life because and yeah, this is just like, this isn't it. Once you start traveling, once you start experiencing the world and what the world has to offer and like realizing what you want in life, you start to realize this is not it. Like,
Facts.
People are bad vibes, the weather is horrible, everything is expensive. Sure, my family and my friends are here, but I'm not going to stay here because of my family and friends. Like my family.
Exactly. You can just travel in and out to see family and friends whenever you like. As long as you've got the freedom and the flexibility to do that. And this is the reason why you need to build something that's going to give you the financial freedom and the flexibility. Various different ways online where you can make a stable income. You can work the hours you want to work, which in turn gives you the freedom to do what you want to do. And that's the most important thing here.
My mum, for example, left her family to move to another country when she was like this age. So why can't I? And she moved to a whole different continent. I plan on moving to a whole different continent. I plan to move as far away as possible from what I know because
the UK is a shithole. I just want to move as far away as possible from this shithole. That is exactly what she's saying here.
I feel like it's necessary for my character and for my personal growth to go and live life so differently, and how I imagine like my dream. Like, why can I not live my dream life? Like, why do I act like I have to stay in this country when I have free will? My job doesn't make me stay in this country. I can literally work from anywhere I want. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have children. My family would support whatever I say. My friends would come and visit me. Like, why would I not move? And I know where I want to move, but it's not like confirmed or concrete. I just think if you're looking for a reason to live, like, go and do it. Like, change your surroundings. Stop complaining. Do something about it.
I have officially quit my full-time career job to leave the UK. I'm 24 and I've wanted to do this for a very long time, because I just feel like the UK for me at the moment hasn't got much to offer in terms of career progression, housing. The rent is ridiculous. I'm living at parents' house at 24 years old because I had to move back home after renting for a bit because it was just extortionate.
And then you think about it, the amount of money you just spent on all that rent to then move back in with your parents was a waste of money.
Your money aside, and I was working 9 to 5 basically. I work shifts, but I was working like 40-hour weeks for no benefits. I was getting nothing out of this. And I have a long-term relationship as well, and both of us combined was still not enough to rent.
Crazy.
And just be able to go on holiday and stuff, which is ultimately what you want. You want to be able to enjoy life if you're actually working so much. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy life, but I couldn't afford the things that I actually wanted to do. So I moved home and I decided that I'm going to save my money for a few months, which is a privilege in itself because I know a lot of people can't afford, like, don't have that opportunity to move home. But it comes with its own challenges, obviously. Saved my money for a few months and I have decided that I'm actually leaving the UK in June, which is a massive, massive step. And it's very, very scary because I've lived here for so long now, but it's actually time. And I feel like so many people are doing this. It's ridiculous how the UK complain about immigration, meanwhile their younger generations are actually leaving. So if you're debating leaving the UK, whether that's for traveling, to move somewhere else, yeah, the grass isn't greener on the other side all the time, but it's time. This is your sign.
In April this year, I'll be leaving the UK. I'm starting a series on reasons why I'm leaving the UK. So every episode will be focused on another reason. This is episode 1, where the first reason is taxes. Firstly, to set the scene this year, I'm expected to earn between 90 to 110,000 pounds. If I earn, let's say, 100,000 pounds, my take-home salary from that would be around 60k per year. So 40k would basically go up in dust. And my biggest problem is I have no idea where that is going. Wait times for the NHS are extremely long. I've personally never been to a GP. I've been to a GP once in the 7 years that I've been in the UK. Doesn't mean that the NHS doesn't serve a purpose. I know that it's good to have it when you eventually need it, but so far I just haven't gotten my money's worth.
Quite fair, I don't even want to go into the NHS at this moment in time. God bless those nurses and those doctors that work there, but it is extremely difficult.
So that public services are absolutely shit. There's dog shit everywhere.
Facts.
I just don't know where my money is going is a problem.
The bin rooms are another massive problem. But you wake up on a Tuesday, Wednesday morning, it's piled up with bins to the point it looks like the dustbin men, went on vacation. They went on vacation, ain't been back. I mean, that was like 6 months ago.
Come from a very privileged place where I lived in Singapore for 10 years. The tax rates in Singapore
absolutely beautiful.
Are extremely low. Public services are amazing. It is super clean, super safe. You can walk around from the club at 2 a.m. without even thinking about anyone approaching you or being in danger. Now, I appreciate that by making this video, I'm inviting a lot of hate to come through. What I suspect is that the hate will mainly come from people who have never lived outside of the UK. Because if you have, and you've lived in a good country that is managed properly, you will know that you don't have to pay that much in taxes to have a clean, safe country where the public services are good. That's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts.
What it is, the UK don't have anything going for themselves. So what they would rather do is enslave its own people and make them work triple times harder, increase the tax so that tax can cover their bills. That tax more or less keeps the lights on for the country. They're absolute scumbags, and this is the reason why you need to find a way out.
Oh, so can you just move out of the UK and not tell the UK government that you're moving? No. So this whole thing about exit tax, a lot of people are saying just don't tell them that you're leaving. Well, if you don't tell them that you're leaving, you're still essentially a UK resident, right? Which means you pay UK tax on your worldwide income. So essentially, they could send you a letter in a couple of years' time and say, hey, Mr. whoever, you are a UK resident, please declare your income on your self-assessment tax return because we haven't seen anything come through on your NI number. That's where you'll get caught, because then what you'll need to do is submit your 3 years worth of income, worldwide income, and the international earnings that you've been getting in. If you are a UK resident and if you don't fall under the SRT requirements, you will have to pay UK taxes on that income. If you tell HMRC you're moving out before they put in this exit tax malarkey, you will, number one, be letting them know that they don't need to chase you for any self-assessments and that you are moving out of the UK and no worldwide income is to be taxed in the UK. Only income that will be taxed in the UK is things like property, rental income, dividend income for a certain period of time, and other little bits.
If you're a resident of the UK and you make money outside of the UK, they still want some of that money. We're the biggest gang on the planet with the population in a headlock. No matter where you go on this whole entire planet, if you make money, you owe us money.
I don't know why I'm crying. Oh, so silly. So sorry, I didn't mean to do this.
This is Andrea McLean from Loose Women. Most of you guys will be familiar with who she is, but this is her breaking down after declaring she's leaving the UK. But it isn't the same anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You know, back in the day, you could pick up a 2-bedroom flat in Tower Hamlets for like £20,000. And we're only talking 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Now just go and look at the price markets. Minimum 300, 400,000 pounds for a dirty, rusty flat. It's ridiculous.
I know. Here we are. Lots of reasons for this. I mean, it's been really well documented that obviously had a bit of a shocker over the past few years, not only health-wise, but obviously my business failing. And then it culminated at the start of the year with some being very unwell. And what it made me realise, is you only get one shot and you have to seize the day. I don't know why I'm crying. Oh, so silly. So sorry, I didn't mean to do this. I know.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. People are leaving the UK. They've had enough. I mean, heard the reasons. There's multiple reasons as to why they are leaving. And I'm sure most of you guys ain't going to disagree, but I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking right now. So leave all of your thoughts, opinions, and comments down below. Make sure we hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are newly watching. We've got plenty of content uploading. So make sure you got those notification bells turned on. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.